so this is my name, and you can always reach me on this email address. So collection of maps and atlases. We have around 50,000 maps and 5,000 atlases. We have a book collection on historical GIS, and mainly it's maps about the Netherlands, but also from other parts of the world. And we have maps from the 19th and the 20th century, but also all the maps. The oldest map is here in the middle, and that is a map of the Holy Land, and it's a unique map. So we have some special things in our collection. This very interesting scheme. Eduardo just showed something changed in the 60s and 70s already, when GIS started to come up. Firstly, it was very small. It was not like used for the general people, but maybe in the late 1990s, early 2000s, it became clear that the software became more manageable for and available for a lot of people, and so more people are going to use it also in their research. And well, the library at that point responded to this development by founding Geoplaza in 2010. That was in close cooperation with SpinLab of the School of Business Economics. What we're trying to do with GIS, the three pillars are so on the right top, accessible support in ArcGIS software. So there's a lot of choice when you want to use GIS software. So you have open source alternative such as QGIS, and the ArcGIS is a major player. I think I'm sure it's the biggest GIS supplier. And the VU has a campus license for that, so everyone working at VU can have access to the software and everything. It comes with that. Another thing of the Geoplaza website is to show some nice GIS projects. I will show you in a few minutes a couple of those projects. And the third pillar is disclosure of our collection of digital maps. Because we have a lot of old maps, and we also have scanned a lot of them, and we can publish them on internet, but also we can do other things with that. So I now open the Geoplaza website. So this is the homepage of the Geoplaza website. Its main goal is to support people who are not really experienced in GIS. So people who are really experienced, they might find some interesting stuff here, but it's mainly aimed at people who are not so experienced. And then you can choose which profile you have. One thing that is interesting now to show, I wanted to show you now is a service overview. And on this page, I made an overview of tools and of sources and other tips and relevant things which are relevant when you're using GIS, and then for every stage in the research project, in the research process. So we have data collection, data processing and analysis, data storage, publishing, sharing the data, education, and self-study. So might be interesting to show a couple of things. For example, when you start working with GIS, there's a lot of open data, data that's available on the internet. To help you, we put some data portals which are free to use, Dutch spatial data, which you can use for free, and it's here on this site. These are some nice portals where you can find interesting data. Also, the Living Atlas. There's some sort of open data, but it's also closed for the ArcGIS community. But it has many nice geospatial data sets which you can use for free, and is of great help when you're compiling a map and need to use base layers. For data processing and analysis, I just go fast through this because we don't have too much time. For data processing and analysis, yes, it's I can tell you something about the difference between ArcGIS products and QGIS. So there are many other more products. ArcGIS Pro, that is the name of the software, and ArcGIS Online, it's same supplier Esri, and that is its online platform. This is a platform where you can share your geospatial data. So it's especially interesting when you're working together with researchers or with students together, and there's some sort of working environment where you can work with spatial data. And also on ArcGIS Online, it's also a portal where you can find many other tools of ArcGIS. So the main tool of ArcGIS is the software to do all your main analysis and your main you're working with GIS file, with spatial files. That's called ArcGIS Pro. But together with that, there are a lot of other programs which help you on an easy way to, for example, gather data or to present data in a nice way. And these are all connected to each other, so it makes it easy to work with the spatial data to get nice results from it also. And well, QGIS is the alternative free source, and like in functionality, it seems to me like that there are some differences, some small differences, but it is as good as ArcGIS. So that wouldn't be something to consider, that it's not really a big difference. Data storage. Well, there are some things to think about. For example, like for a long time, ArcGIS, like when you made a map, you want to show it, but then also when 4 years are over and you're not a member of the VU anymore, then you don't have your license on this ArcGIS anymore. So then we can assure, like the library can assure, that your data will still be available by keeping track on it. So these are some examples the library can offer you. So for publish and share, these are some tools of ArcGIS I just mentioned, and well, you can have a look at the website yourself, and then you can find out well what it is exactly, and how you may use it. And also to end this page with, there are there's a lot of on YouTube, and also like by the suppliers of the GIS software themselves, there's a lot of tutorials, video tutorials yeah, well, that you can learn yourself a GIS. And like, for example, the ArcGIS Academy is very specified courses on your level of experience, and also to your specific problems. So that this can be also of help when you start working with GIS. So what I also want to show you is the project page. So here we have listed some projects, and we're trying to make this some sort of a shop window of nice GIS projects, and then some nice visualizations to show, which are made on on the view, and so we have 11 now, and we hope there will be more. And I can show you a nice one. For example, this is the churches map, and this is the result of a PhD of a student, and he was making a large inventory of churches, which is of course relevant nowadays because through secularization, many churches are closing their doors, and the buildings are left there, and well, some churches get demolished. So people were in need to get an overview of where are which churches. So you can zoom in, and then you can find out like here all the churches which are in the inventory, and then there are also some information behind it on the right side with what the name is, the builder, architect, etc., etc. So this is an example of the use of GIS. So it's quite straightforward point database, but it still shows some gives some insight. So the last thing I want to share with you is our work on the disclosure of old maps. So like I told you, I'm as a curator of old maps. We have a lot of old maps in drawers. These are in depots in the VU, but we also have described them, so you can also find them in the library catalog on WorldCat. You can find all maps we have, and then also like 10 years ago we scanned all old maps. So and now we recently made another step to also georeference these old maps, and this involves to attribute coordinates to the maps. So in such a way that you get a raster data set, so to say. For example, what you can do then is overlay the old map on the current topography. So this is an example of an old map of Europe, and here you see all the points. So this we did this by crowdsourcing. So this is some sort of software all people could open, and we could all people could contribute to this. And the thing was to place a point on the topographic map and corresponding point on the old map. And when you have enough points, it's going to be overlaid on each other, and then yeah, you can overlay these maps, and then also there you have a lot of for example, you can change the transparency, and well, there are a lot of other nice things what you can do with it. And so now it's a raster data set, and you can import it also to your GIS. And so this was a very short impression of Geoplaza, and maybe I should stop now, that there's still some time for questions.